Wintertime, cozy time. Animals snuggle safe and fine. Some go to sleep, some stay awake. Each one has a choice to make. Bears sleep deep in a cave so snug.
Hi friends! Today we're going to learn about what animals do when the weather gets colder. Think about how we feel when we step outside on a cold day. Our skin feels chilly, sometimes we even shiver. Our bodies don't like being cold for too long, so we need to put on jackets, hats, gloves, and cozy clothes to stay warm. Just like we feel the cold, animals feel it too, but they have their own ways of staying warm. Many animals grow thicker fur or feathers in the winter to keep warm. Other animals, like bears and chipmunks, find warm places to hibernate and sleep through the coldest months. Birds, like geese, fly to warmer places so they don't feel too cold. Let's learn more. Do you know what hibernation is? Some animals, like bears, hedgehogs, and chipmunks, sleep all winter long to save energy. This special winter sleep is called hibernation. During hibernation, animals find cozy spots and slow their heartbeats way down. They don't need much food because their bodies stay quiet and still. When spring arrives, they wake up ready to eat and explore. Isn't hibernation amazing? It's nature's way of helping animals rest through winter. Bears eat a lot in fall to build up fat for energy through the winter. They hibernate in dens, which can be caves or holes that they dig. Their body temperature and heart rate drop down to conserve energy so that the fat they've stored up will last until spring. Hedgehogs don't stay active in winter. They hibernate. They find cozy spots under leaves or logs, curl up into a ball, and go to sleep for months until spring. They can sleep for up to 6 months during hibernation. Their bodies slow way down to save energy, and they even stop eating. Hedgehogs have over 5,000 little spikes to keep them safe from predators. Chipmunks sleep in underground burrows, waking occasionally to eat. They stash seeds and nuts near their sleeping spot as winter snacks. Chipmunks can survive with very little food by lowering their body temperature during hibernation. Groundhogs hibernate from the end of October all the way until the spring. They sleep in their burrows, slowing down their heart rate to save energy so they can sleep through the entire winter without needing food, just like bears and chipmunks do. Frogs, like wood frogs, actually freeze like ice cubes during winter. Special proteins prevent their organs from freezing solid. In spring, they thaw and start hopping around again. Isn't that amazing? Some animals migrate to a warmer spot during the winter months. Migration means animals move from one place to another when it gets too cold where they live. They're like travelers going on a big journey to find warmer weather. Monarch butterflies are truly amazing because they fly thousands of kilometers to warmer places in Mexico where they can stay cozy all winter long. They eat and rest in big groups to stay safe and warm together. They use the same path to travel every year. The same path is called a migration route. In spring, they return north to lay eggs for the next generation. The Arctic tern is a type of bird that likes to migrate in the winter. They fly from the Arctic to the Antarctic, the longest migration of any animal. They travel almost 65,000 kilometers each year for warm weather. Their long wings help them glide easily over the oceans. Caribou move south to avoid the harsh Arctic winter. Caribou are large animals that travel in herds, which means they like to travel in a big group. Like most herd animals, the caribou must keep moving to find adequate food. Large herds of caribou often migrate long distances, up to 640 kilometers between summer and winter. Sometimes the caribou need to travel up to 80 kilometers in one day. They walk across snowy mountains to find food and places of staying warm. They're great walkers and they can go a really long way together. They always need to keep moving. In the fall, you can often look up and see geese flying in the sky. Geese fly south in large groups called flocks, honking as they go. They fly in an upside-down V shape and travel hundreds of kilometers to find warmer places to stay the winter. They work together so they don't get too tired on their long journey. In the spring, they come back north to find food and raise their babies. There are some kind of animals that don't hibernate, and they don't fly south for the winter. Some animals adapt in special ways so they can stay active and thrive in the cold. Let's find out how. Many owl species, like the great horned owl, grow thicker, fluffy feathers during winter, even covering their legs and feet to stay warm in freezing temperatures. They hunt more often. With shorter days and fewer prey animals, it means owls need to hunt more often to find enough food, especially at dawn and dusk, when small mammals like mice and voles are most active. They rely on their excellent hearing, so in winter, when snow covers their prey, owls can keep hearing, and that helps them to locate animals moving under the snow, allowing them to swoop down and catch hidden prey. Wow, their ears must be really, really sensitive. One animal that stays to adapt to its surroundings is the Arctic fox. They change their fur from brown to white in winter to match the snow. They grow extra thick fur to keep them warm in freezing temperatures. They hunt lemmings and other small animals through the snow for food. The snowshoe hare looks a lot like a rabbit, but they have some cool differences that make them special. Hares in general are much larger than rabbits with longer ears and legs. This snowshoe hare is light brown most of the year, but their fur turns white in winter. Do you remember that the Arctic fox's fur also turns white in winter? Snowshoe hares have very large feet, which act like snowshoes to help them walk on the snow. That's why they call them snowshoe hares. They stay active during the winter looking for twigs, bark, and other winter plants. Whether in the wild or inside a house, mice do not hibernate during cold season. They spend the winter actively foraging for food, seeking shelter in the outdoors, avoiding predators. Mice look for warm places like inside houses, barns, or burrows to stay cozy and safe from the cold. They especially like small enclosed spaces where they can nest. Mice use shredded paper, grass, and fabric scraps to make soft, warm nests where they can huddle together for warmth, often with other mice for extra body heat. Unlike hibernating animals, mice stay active all winter, storing food near their nests. They frequently venture out to search for crumbs, seeds, and nuts to keep their energy up during the cold winter months. Squirrels stay active in winter by gathering extra food like nuts and seeds and hiding them in secret spots. They don't sleep all winter like some animals. Squirrels stay active, eating nuts they've hidden in the ground. They dig them up when they get hungry. They use what's called tree dens to stay warm during colder days, and they build nests. They've known for the chattering calls and bushy tails. You might have heard the term busy as a beaver, and beavers stay active and moving all winter long. Beavers build cozy lodges out of sticks, mud, and leaves. They store their food underwater so they can eat without leaving their lodge. Beavers' lodges have entrances below the ice, keeping them safe from predators. Let's go on an adventure underground to see how some animals stay warm in winter. Did you know that some animals dig and burrow to make secret hideaways? Let's meet a few of these clever diggers. Badgers dig large burrows called setts to keep warm. They share their setts with their family members, cozying up together. They hunt at night for insects and small mammals to get them through the winter months. Another burrowing animal is the fox. These foxes are different from the Arctic fox we learned about earlier. These foxes live all over North America, and you may even have seen one in your town or even city park. Foxes have excellent hearing. They can hear small animals like mice moving under the snow or even underground. This super hearing power helps them find food in the winter when it's harder to find meals. Foxes dig out dens in the ground to stay warm and safe. When it gets chilly outside, they can snuggle up in that den and stay cozy until it's warmer. In winter, raccoons sometimes share dens with other raccoon families to stay warm. Raccoons dig or find burrows in the ground or hollow logs where they can be sheltered from the cold. In winter, raccoons eat whatever they can find since food is very scarce. Sometimes it's nuts and berries, when they may catch small animals like mice or insects to keep up their energy. In cities, raccoons are known to scavenge garbage bins for food scraps. Some animals don't hide away or sleep through the winter. Instead, they stay above ground and learn to live in the cold. Let's meet some of these amazing winter survivors. Polar bears have a layer of fat and thick fur to keep them warm. They roam around the Arctic, hunting seals, even on icy waters. Their large paws act like snowshoes on ice and snow. Musk oxen have a special double-layered coat to stay warm in the Arctic cold weather. Their outer coat is called guard hair because it guards them from the wind and snow. It's long and shaggy and looks very messy. Beneath that, they have a soft inner layer of wool. During winter, musk oxen use their hooves to dig through the snow to find roots, mosses, and lichen to eat, because these foods are most available in the cold months. Snowy owls are different than regular owls that we learned about earlier. Snowy owls are white with black or brown markings, which help them blend into snowy environments. Unlike most owls, which are nocturnal, which means they stay awake at night, snowy owls are what's called diurnal and often hunt during the day, especially in the Arctic summer when there's constant daylight. Snowy owls have feathers all the way down to their sharp claws, called talons. The feathers are layered on top of each other to help them stay warm in the cold weather. Their feathers even layer their legs and feet to trap in the warmth. Snowy owls are masters at conserving energy. That means keeping warm. In harsh conditions, they limit their activity, slow down, and perch in sheltered spots to reduce exposure to the cold wind. Bison have thick coats that allow them to endure freezing temperatures. They look a little like the musk ox that we saw earlier, but bison are much bigger in size. They use their heads to push snow aside to find their food, and in winter, bison gather in groups to help keep each other warm. Wolves have thick, warm fur that keeps them cozy even in freezing temperatures. Their fur grows in layers, soft and warm underneath, with thick guard hairs on top to block the wind and snow. When it's cold, wolves work together to hunt for food. They eat animals like deer, rabbits, and even moose. Their teamwork helps them find food and share it with the whole pack. Wow, there's so much variety in how animals handle winter, from traveling long distances to curling up underground. So whether they hibernate, migrate, burrow, or brave the cold, every animal has a special way to survive winter. Next time you see snow, remember all the amazing animals and how they've adapted to make it through the chilly months. If you were an animal in winter, would you rather hibernate, migrate, burrow, or stay above ground? Why would you choose that way to stay warm? Thanks for listening and exploring the wonders of winter. Stay cozy, and I'll see you next time.
Wintertime, cozy time. Animals snuggle safe and fine. Some go to sleep, some stay awake. Each one has a choice to make. Bears sleep deep in a cave so snug, with fur so thick they're warm and snug. They hibernate, snooze all season long, till springtime brings the bird sweet song. Wintertime, cozy time.